guys, I hope you all had a great weekend. In this video, I'm going to be opening a Zenpop Japanese stationery box, and I just want to say thank you to Zenpop for sending me this to review for free. And if you guys want to save $5 off your Zenpop box, make sure to use my code Marie and the link in the description box below. Zenpop is based in Osaka, Japan, and they have 4 different boxes: ramen, sweets and ramen, and a stationery box, and we are opening the stationery box. So it's almost Lunar New Year. I was so excited to get this little pack of mini envelopes, which you can use to give money to people who are younger than you, and I love how it has the little seals. 2022 is the year of the tiger, and so they have a tiger theme, and isn't this adorable? I love how it just moves back and forth and it has the little gold finish. I think this is so pretty. So when I was living in Japan, I could go to like the 100 yen store and find something like this, and it's such a nice quality envelope and the price is so reasonable. I mean, I don't know how much this one costs. This one looks like it's super fancy just because it has the gold finish, so I would guess that it's probably a little bit more. But my husband and I were talking the other day about how there are different quality levels of products in Japan and actually in Korea too. So when you first look at it, it doesn't look like, you know, there's a huge difference between the lower quality product and the higher quality product. But when you actually use it, or if it's food when you eat it, there's a difference, and you get what you pay for. So for meat, for instance, there are clearly different grades of shabu shabu meat, and the price difference can be like $10 or $20 or $30, and maybe like even up to $100. And the cheaper grade will be good, and if you don't try the more expensive meat, you won't really know. It'll be fine, but the more expensive meat will just melt in your mouth. And same thing goes for things like fruit. I mean, I don't think I've ever tried those $2,000 grapes that they had on Worth It, but I've tried like maybe a $30 or $40 grape, and those grapes taste like candy. So don't even get me started on fruit in Japan. The fruit is just overall more expensive, but it's like the epitome of what fruit should be. It's perfect. So a strawberry tastes like everything a strawberry should be. It's not watered down like it is in the US. The strawberry flavor is just so rich, and the strawberries are so sweet. It's like eating candy. It's better than eating candy. So this notebook by the Midori Paper Company is like a prime example of something that seems really ordinary and commonplace, but it's actually really a high quality product and far superior to your average notebook that you would just buy in the drugstore or something. Well, first of all, the Midori paper is special paper. They put a lot of effort into the design to make the paper bleed resistant. It doesn't feather, and also it's okay to use fountain pens on it. And the texture of the paper is really smooth and silky, but at the same time it has a nice texture to it, so it's not too slippery. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you're into paper, then you'll probably really like this notebook. Also, the notebook is sewn together, it's not stapled, so it can open all the way and lay flat, and so that makes it easier to write on. I also like how they covered it in glassine paper, and if you guys see the binding, it's an exposed binding, but they use a really pretty tape, so everything just looks really lovely. So I guess that was kind of a preview for my next video, where I'm going to be unboxing a Midori Traveler's Notebook, which is going to be my planner for this year. So I'm really excited to show that video to you guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you're liking this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. So this next item is a brush pen, and I love how it has this washi paper cover on it. It seems like it's kind of delicate, so I wouldn't want to get it wet because the paper is just like regular paper, it's exposed. And then this is one of these brush pens that you can use to write Asian characters, so if you know how to write kanji, then that would be great for that. I don't know how to write kanji, but you could also just use it for brush lettering. The tip of the pen is really soft though, so it's not like as firm as the Kuretake brush pens. I think it's particularly suited for writing Asian characters. So I love these highlighters. These are scented highlighters. This one has sweet potato on one side and cookie on the other side. The purple is sweet potato scented. And the scent is not super strong or overpowering. It's just like a slightly pleasant, sweet smell. And I really love these highlighters. I have a couple of them which have like a dessert flavor to them. This one has a little bit more of a plainer look, not as cute as other ones, but still really happy to have another one of these in my collection. So as I was saying about quality, currently we are living in the US, and my husband and I were talking about the quality of products here compared to in Asia. And you know, we live in a first world country. We should have the same level of quality of things, and there is to some extent different quality levels for different types of things in the US. But my husband and I were kind of feeling like there's a lot of mediocrity. Everything is just okay, it's passable, but people don't demand a high level of quality in their products like they do in Japan. So I'll give you an example. There's this $3 Wake Make nail polish that I bought in Korea for like three US dollars, equivalent of about that much. And it just seemed like whatever. It was the cheapest nail polish at Olive Young, and I wanted to get some new nail polishes, so I got it, and it was fine. But then I come back to the US and I bought this Olive and June set, which is like $8 for a single nail polish at Target. And it's supposed to be a nice brand. I checked them out on Instagram. They're all fancy. They have like a really nice nail salon. It comes with this fancy silicone handle that makes it easier to put the nail polish on your nails, so you can take out the cap and put this thick silicone nail polish top on, which makes it easier for you to put nail polish onto your non-dominant hand. So it looked really nice, and I got a whole bunch of polishes. Well, not a whole bunch. I got about 3 polishes. But the problem is, like, that nail polish is not that great. The packaging is nice, but the product itself is awful. And I mean, it always seems to take forever for the nail polish to dry. You have to put on multiple layers. You can't just put on one, and it chips really easily. So it's really a terrible product. And even though it looks nice, the quality is just not there. It's mediocre. So I decided to go back to use my cheap old Wake Make nail polish, just because I was feeling like using this particular shade of pink for Valentine's Day, even though it's still January. I'm getting ready for Valentine's. And I was just shocked by how quickly it dried. I only had to put on 1 layer, and it was quite durable. And I mean, it's nail polish, so if you don't get a gel manicure, it's going to chip at some point. But it was just far superior to this more expensive Olive and June product. Maybe Olive and June just makes a bad product. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're focusing more on the packaging and the handle rather than the formulation. But this is just like an example of something that, you know, we found here that just doesn't stand up to the quality that we found in like Asia in like the cheapest product. So my husband was saying the same thing about fishing rods. I don't know if you guys have had a similar experience, but I feel like American consumers need to demand a higher quality product, or else we're just gonna keep getting stuck with this mediocre stuff. Fish is another example. All of the best fish, the best cuts of fish that are caught in the United States get frozen and sent to Japan. And in the US, people don't really care. They just eat whatever white tilapia fish farmed in like some random country, where we're sending out all of our good fish to another country. So when I go to a sushi restaurant here in the US, I'm left with mediocre fish. Well, I mean, I guess I can't complain that much, because my husband does go fishing and he catches fish for us to eat in the ocean, and so it's really good. But just in general, I think there's a level of mediocrity in products here in the US that people are satisfied with, and it results in us just having like overall mediocre stuff that isn't that great. So if you want to buy something that's a little bit higher quality, you'd have to buy an imported product. I mean, I'm sure there are exceptions. There are high quality products here, but overall, like this ruler, for example, that is so designed so well, it can just tear a piece of paper or a piece of washi tape. You can use it as a cutter. That's a well-designed product from Japan, and I think there's just not enough emphasis and focus on those types of products in my country. But that's just my opinion. Well, I think one way to get nice quality products is to look for vintage or antique products, because I think back in the old days there used to be more of a focus on quality. And so furniture is one example. Now everything is made of particle board, just that wood filler, the type of stuff that you find at IKEA. And look, I have a lot of IKEA furniture in my home. It's affordable, it looks nice, so we get it. But sometimes, you want something that's hardwood, or you want a nicer quality product, and maybe you can find something at the thrift store, like a vintage item that's made of hardwood. It's really nice quality, it's really durable, it's not going to fall apart when you move. So that's just one way to find nice quality things here, and hopefully it'll be a little cheaper than something brand new. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on things that we have available to us here in the US. If you're from another country, I'm interested to hear some examples of different grades or qualities of different types of products that you have, and whether or not you feel the same way that I do. I think in Japan, people just demand a higher quality product overall, and there's a focus on quality rather than quantity, or quality over price sometimes. That was just my general impression. And so maybe that's why they have such nice things available over there. So I received the Zenpop box for free, and this is only my second time trying this box out, but the last time they had this really cute little car that could pick up eraser dust, and so I've noticed that they tend to have something really cool with a nice design. And so in this box, that was the ruler that could cut paper. And the thing about that ruler is it doesn't have a sharp blade on it. It's just a regular ruler, and when you run your finger across it, you're not going to cut your finger, but it's designed in a way so that you can use it to easily tear paper. Which I think is really cool. So that's probably my favorite item in this box. I also really like the Year of the Tiger envelopes, because I don't really practice that tradition in my house, but I'm going to use those envelopes to give my kids some money on Lunar New Year. So kind of excited about that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to give a big thank you to my Patreons and channel members as always. Michelle, Safarino, Danielle, Catherine, V, Pinball Review of Repairs, and Aaron, as well as Sanyo, Cam, and Crafty Avino. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.